Hi, everybody. This is Arno Joubert from Wild and Free, and I'm here with my beautiful wife, Deidre Joubert. And today we're going to be talking about volunteering at Wild and Free, what it entails, uh, tasks that we need to do when volunteering, etc., etc. So that's something that's really, really close to our hearts, Deirdre, is the volunteers that we have because we rely heavily on our volunteers. And what does volunteering at Wild and Free mean to you?
It means that I'll get some rest. I won't be able to run this on my own. We need a team. We need a good team behind me or with me. I don't say my team is behind me. I say they're standing together because we're family. So I need family members to help me with this. You can't build Rome with one person. It's the entire team that needs to build that. The Rome needs to build Rome. So it's vital. It's the blood of Wild and Free is our volunteers
Mm,
because this volunteers are giving their time for free. They usually people that loves wildlife and would love to learn more about wildlife, and yeah, dedicated people. Uh, Family. We call
mhm,
Wild and Free the A team, the family.
mhm. So it sounds like a win-win for everybody. But it's not just about cuddling cute animals, being a volunteer, is it?
No, no, definitely not. You will start with the task is cleaning cages. It is cleaning the clinic. It is washing dirty dishes, washing dirty towels. It is, it's not as glamorous as everybody think. There's a lot of dirty work to do, and unfortunately, we don't guarantee that you will touch an animal. Unfortunately, not. I'm very strict with the volunteers. You have to have full training. Um, for this reason, is that your one day if something goes wrong, and I haven't trained that volunteer specifically good enough, and I'm the only one who has to stand in court. So believe you me, you will be fully trained before you touch any animal, fully
Mm,
trained. And what's quite important is for volunteers to stay with our ethos: rescue, rehabilitate, release. We've lost a few re, volunteers, rehab volunteers, that didn't know what it entails. It
mm,
is, if an animal can't go back to the wild, we have to euthanize them. And for some volunteers, they can't take it, and we stay with our ethos. That's why we started Wild and Free, and that will be for years to come. And you
mm,
have to be strong-willed, be able to work in a team. If you can't work in a team, then don't bother to apply. We don't allow politics here. As soon as politics comes in, you surely will be shown the door. You, it's just the basic things. And animals first. You come second. Unfortunately, that's
mm.
how it is in Wild and Free. Animals first, you
Okay,
second.
understood. So let's break down some of the tasks and responsibilities that the volunteers will need to do then on a
Okay,
daily basis.
on a daily basis. Cleaning cages, cleaning bowls, carrying fresh water to the enclosures, cut up chicks, baby chicks, cut up gizzards, cut
Mm,
up, sometimes the chicks we have to de-yolk. You have to be able to de-yolk. If you can't do that, uh, I had many volunteers, especially where I was trained in Johannesburg, that couldn't cut up chicks. If you can't
I
do
was
that,
one of them in the beginning. I
yeah,
was one of them.
if you can't do that, then I need muscle. I need people. I don't need people that's don't want to do this, but they rather do that. If you can't do
Mm,
the bad stuff too, the the cleaning up and cutting up,
mm,
then you know what? Then we work as a team. Suck it up, Buttercup.
So tell me, what are one of the big no-nos when volunteering at Wild and Free?
Oh, the big no-no is canoodling because
Canoodling?
Canoodling is playing with the animals, if they're in the enclosures. Our enclosures is limit to no human contact. The
Why?
only time you go into the enclosure is to feed or clean. For this reason is that they are wilding up. They need to start getting wild. Some of them were raised in this clinic, and they used to limit human contact, where you have to bottle feed them, and some of the babies we have to literally play with. Um, do what mom does. Teach them how to interact with each other and play with them, because hunting skill starts with playing. And as soon as they're in that enclosure, it's no human contact. If you start playing with them, unfortunately, that animal will lose its life because of your decisions you've made, just because you want to keep on cuddling that animal. So that's a big no-no
Understood.
for me. If you can't release animals because of volunteer interaction,
Mm,
you pay hefty fine.
makes sense. And tell me, social media photos, things like that.
Oh yes, all photos that's been taken on Wild and Free premises about our animals or in the clinic and stuff like that, no social media.
The
For
reason?
this reason,
Why is that?
at the previous rehab center, I know you were there when it happened. They had meerkats in enclosures before they were shipped to Kalahari for their release, and a volunteer took a photo through the cage to the meerkat and just put it on social media. And there were people that didn't understand that they were on their last um, foot of being ultimately released. And they said, oh, that I'm not going to say that rehab center, it's closed down today. The rehab center is keeping wildlife as pets in enclosures, which you have to you can't post a photo without having say why is that animal there? Tell them a story about it, because people makes assumptions, and
Mm-hmm.
no photos on social media. Photos that you want to post comes only through me, and if I say no and I catch you with a photo on social media, then you will be dismissed as a volunteer.
It was such a mess. People pitched up in the middle of the night and opened up all the cages.
Yes, can
All
you
the
remember?
raptors left. I
Yeah.
remember it was
And
a
they weren't
mess.
even ready, those raptors or the meerkats. I mean, you don't get meerkats in Johannesburg.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, 100% right. But look, um, I loved it. I think it's fun. I personally love the kitchen bit because it's a lot of jokes and
Except the chicks, cutting up the chicks.
yeah, don't like that bit. But be it as it may, the guys, volunteers working in the clinics, that takes a very long time to get to the clinic level. Um, but the kitchen work, personally, I adore, I love, and I think it's
And the
just
outside,
basic common sense.
and the outside enclosures. You love
Mm,
that too. Yeah.
definitely, it's common sense. It's
Mm.
keep Wild and Free's name high. Do not be inebriated, drunk, smoked, high, anything when working here. So basically, a zero tolerance policy on illegal substances.
Yes.
No alcohol, obviously. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, don't dress appropriately. Come on, don't go into a cage with sandals. You could lose a toe or two. It's just basic common sense, but I'm sure you'll be preaching all those basic common sense items to everybody that volunteers for Wild and Free.
Yes, yes, yes. That's we've got to dress. You have to dress appropriate. You can't
A
come
dress code, yeah.
with everything hang out, or
Mm,
a short that shows everything. No, you have to dress up appropriately,
mm,
because you represent Wild and Free. If you
mm,
can't represent Wild and Free, then you don't need to volunteer here.
mhm.
I only get the quality volunteers who's willing to work. One thing about a volunteer is, as soon as you start volunteering here, I love initiative. Don't stand and watch at me, watching me to give you instructions. Take initiative. If you're unsure, ask me. Sometimes I'm so busy,
Mm.
I can't give instructions each and every morning. You should know what you should do, and just take initiative. I mean, if you see a cage, there's old fruit or something in a cage, go in and clean it.
Mm.
Clean it.
Yeah.
Obviously, the dangerous animals like leopard lion, it's only for staff.
Mm.
You normal volunteers will not be allowed in there, but on the enclosures they will stand staff only, and you stay away from those enclosures.
And always listen to the coordinator or your manager or to Deirdre. If she gives you a command, there's a reason for that. And then finally, I think it's about basic human respect, respect for race,
Yes.
your sexual preferences. We don't care if what you wear, what color your hair is, how many earrings, how many tattoos, how many piercings you have. We have respect for God's creatures,
Yes.
which includes humans as well.
Yeah, but most and foremost, animals and then human. We had a case. I'm going back to the other rehab. Keep on going back to the other rehab, where there was a lot of politics, and sometimes it wasn't nice to work there. So I don't want to have that at Wild and Free.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I will let you go. I will, and I'm a very strict person. It's my way or the highway. Unfortunately, the permit is in my name, so it's my reputation, not just Wild and Free, but Deidre Joubert's reputation, and that means the world to me.
Got it. Okay. So that's a good intro to explain what it's about. We'll make another couple of videos.
One thing
Um,
I want to say is if you apply for a rehab,
mm,
you have to be sound of mind. There's a lot of times that you go and see a heart sore. You can't take
mm,
animals dying that you've been battling, or you see, we put in a cage or in the clinic that is fighting and suddenly gave up and it dies, and you can't take that. Then this job isn't for you.
but
You
you've
have
got a
to be
very
strong.
good support system. I must say, you've got a very good support system
I've got a very,
for.
and once you're a volunteer and you go through it, I had a few volunteers that went through it, and like Nadine, as soon as
Mm,
she tells me, Deirdre, are you at the rehab? I'm coming for coffee. Then I know, okay, she needs
mm,
to talk.
mm,
Mark as well. We're very
mm.
close, like I said, knit family. We open. I've got an open door policy, but not about talking about other volunteers. You sort it out. I don't want to hear
Mm,
it. But if you've
mm.
got your
A
heart's
shoulder to cry
really,
on. There's a shoulder to cry on.
yes, if you've got, yeah, I'm a shoulder to cry on. Even Mark, Nadine, our senior volunteers, they are good shoulders to cry on. Trust me, I know.
Mm. And then basically to apply, you go to Wild and Free's website, which is wildandfree.org.za. There's a volunteer section. Download the application form. And then also with the application form, WhatsApp that to Deirdre once you've completed it. And I think upload a short video about yourself,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
send us a short video about yourself and why you want to volunteer at Wild and Free.
And just one thing about the volunteers as well, that's not on the form, is that you have to have your own transport, and you have to have your own accommodation
And a phone.
and a phone. Yeah.
That's very
And
important. Yeah.
one thing that's necessary that I need help with immensely is answering WhatsApps and taking phone calls.
Yeah. And then also some social media skills. If you've got some social media skills, you're a young, upcoming marketer, please let us know. We need you.
Even
So
admin
let's
skills.
admin skills, anything that can help us out. We'd be so grateful for. Let's call that a day. Let's call that on this one, and then we'll do more videos on the rules, the regulations, the boring stuff. But for now, I think this is good enough. Let's get this out there.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Cool. Have a nice day. Bye bye.